Are Egyptian Erms a product of humanity or? The secret of Egyptian Erms has been interesting for many years. Even among some historians, there is a saying that all living creatures on Earth are afraid of time, and time itself is afraid of the pyramids. However, no one can clearly answer why these huge mountains were built. So, are the Egyptian Erms a product of mankind or? Over the centuries, the giant stone artifacts are still standing on the Earth. They still remain an enigma to mankind. Some say that they are hidden names of past civilizations, others say that the pyramids are the product of creation of aliens, and others try to connect the history of the emergence of these great wonders with the legendary Atlantis. In the 3rd millennium BC, the pharaohs began to build pyramids one after the other in the Giza Valley, which is the longest and most turbulent river in the world, using 80,000 to 100,000 people. The pyramid is actually a greenhouse for the pharaoh. When the pharaohs passed away from this bright world, they were buried with enormous wealth, gold-covered rooms, a sarcophagus in which the mummified body was placed, and a mask made of a solid gold yam, with countless ornaments. According to their beliefs, the pharaoh will be resurrected and continue to rule again. Usually, the pharaoh's private room was known only to the master who built the pyramid and his most loyal servants, and all of them were sentenced to voluntary death after burial. It was believed that sacrificing one's life for the pharaoh is a guarantee of returning to the world with him. Inside the pyramids there are special rooms, which are named after the son of the sun. After the pharaoh's death, his body was kept in special sarcophagi in these rooms. The inside of the Erem can be accessed through 5 specially built corridors. But only one of them will lead you to the room where the pharaoh's tomb is located. The corridors inside the Erem are purposely built so that you cannot reach the pharaoh's sarcophagus. The reason is that the possibility of looting the countless riches around the sarcophagus was a concern of the architects even at that time. There is no end to wrong lanes. There is no question that you will die without finding a way out in a huge labyrinth like a labyrinth. The pyramids of Egypt are ancient pyramid-shaped structures located in Egypt. According to the sources, there are 119 pyramids discovered so far. Most of them were built as tombs for the country's pharaohs and their wives during the Old and Middle Kingdoms. The most famous Egyptian pyramids were found on the Giza Plateau on the outskirts of Cairo. The pyramids of Giza are some of the largest structures ever built. The largest of them is the Pyramid of Cheops, which is one of the 7 wonders of the world. The pyramid is the business card of Egypt and it was built in the 3rd millennium BC, that is, almost 5,000 years ago. How did they build them? Who was behind it? The blocks used to build the pyramids weighed 16 tons and required at least 45 workers to transport them. This information is quoted by Dennis Stokes in the book Egyptian Archaeology Experience. The most famous Egyptian pyramids are found on the Giza Plateau on the outskirts of Cairo. The pyramids of Giza are some of the largest structures ever built. The largest of them is the Cheops Pyramid, which is one of the 7 wonders of the world that has survived to this day. One pyramid was built 20 years ago. It took up to 30 years. Egypt has 118 pyramids. The Pyramid of Cheops was built by 2 main and auxiliary groups. The main group consists